Warning. This video includes major details on death. If you are scared of anything related to this subject, do not watch this video. If you are pregnant or have any heart or lung condition, consult a doctor about this video. Do not visit a grave until 2 minutes after watching this video, or you can suffer from hallucinations or death itself. The contents of this video have been found online. I am not responsible for any damage or harm from this video. This video serves as an educational purpose. All research was found online and inside books. No humans, body parts, or anything else was harmed in the making of this video. Sit back, try to relax, and enjoy the video you're about to watch, or I will come back from the dead and eat you. No, not really. Enjoy. Throughout the present day we live in now, zombies have had a major increase of study in liking. They are the living, yet the dead at the same time. Many people know what zombies are through the watching of movies or through playing video games. These creatures come up from the dead to feed on human blood. But wait, it's impossible for someone to come back from the dead. Sorry, video game lovers, the truth must be told. Anyways, many people have always had the subject of a zombie apocalypse on their mind, thinking of strategies, who would be in their team, or when it would happen. Unfortunately, since zombies aren't the living dead, there are some problems to this affirmative. But there is still some things that can create a zombie apocalypse. So, should we actually be prepared for one? Or is it just a myth, and we shouldn't worry about it at all? To find the answer of this question, we have to go back in time when voodoo was an actual practice. Many people from nomadic tribes have experienced people who have gone through a process called demonic possession, or when the human body gets possessed by some sort of demon soul. Today we know that these people weren't really possessed, but back then Catholic exorcisms showed how serious people were about it. The fact is, we have realized today from scientific experiments that the cause of these demon-like symptoms were the actions of a virus spread around inside the brain. This same virus, except different in nature, has a lot of the same actions of what people know now as the zombie virus. This is a virus that induces rage and the need to eat human flesh through the power of the brain, kind of like what we think of a modern-day zombie. This virus attacks certain points of the brain, while trying to keep the whole body intact while moving through it. But we know zombies as people in wrinkled clothes with scars and cuts all over them. So is it possible to have no harm to the brain or body? The answer is through the nervous system. This body system is composed of small, yet very long strands of nerves called neurons. These cellular structures help transport molecules and proteins across the entire body, and usually up to the brain most of the time. What scientists have found through the dissection of human bodies that have been engulfed by this virus is that the virus actually takes advantage of something called retrograde axonal transport. Basically, to have the virus travel from a specific neuron up towards the brain. But what people don't get is that you can't describe this virus like the kind that people have rabies with. A virus that induces symptoms kind of like rabies can enter the body through any point, take seconds or even years to get to the brain. Then the symptoms show, because 1, the virus gets to the brain, and 2, once it gets there, it's technically too late to do anything about it. These zombie viruses, however, need specific types of neurons to get into the parts of the brain where they can do the most damage, although not really damage the brain at the same time. Through dissections, scientists have seen that people who have had this virus have a sort of bloating in the roof of the mouth and inside the nose. This part of the mouth is where the olfactory nerve lies. This is a nerve that is used for scent, and is seen inside the nose and really close to the brain. And it leads to some areas that would induce zombified symptoms, but it leaves all the other brain parts intact. This is shown in the front of the brain, but not the back. These areas include the ventromedial hypothalamus. Big word, right? It basically tells you that you're full. So whenever you eat a huge plate of something and you have that feeling that you can't eat anymore, it's actually the hypothalamus. Another area in the brain that's very close to this ventromedial hypothalamus is called the amygdala. This controls your emotions and memory. But this memory isn't like the type of memory that you have when trying to memorize a foreign language subject. No, this is the kind of memory like memorizing your name, your friends, your family, and who you are as a person. The last part of the brain that this virus usually impacts is called the frontal cortex, which is the very front of your brain. This part is responsible for your problem solving, your morality, and you inhibiting your impulsive actions. If these circuits are cut off, a person would have no control over their body, are always hungry, very aggressive towards other people, and they're brain dead, so they can't recognize family or friends. And the only goal of this virus would be to feed. And this virus is special in which that it creates hunger for human and animal flesh. Sounds kind of like a zombie if I'm not mistaken. With the right virus impacted in the right place, a form of zombie can be possible. The scary thing is that only one little breath can turn you into a zombie. These features have not been seen inside the United States very much, but definitely around non-developed areas, kind of in the Middle East and Africa. This virus could potentially spread exactly like the spread of the influenza virus. After further research into the topic, scientists have developed a thesis that it is likely that in a couple of years, probably more than 20, this zombie virus could have a major outbreak inside the United States and create a zombie apocalypse that we are all dying to have. But will you be the one dead, or will you be alive? Will you be ready if this happens?